Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's been a very, very long time since I've done anything on the kerosene heater, but I figured why not? This one, a lot of people don't understand that when your wick starts to burn out, some people think you have to buy a new wick. Not necessarily. A lot of people don't know that you can buy a new wick, or you can take this old one, you can trim it, or the other thing I will show you here in a second. Yes, I have not done one of these videos in quite a long time because I've been too busy doing other things in my life, like car videos and taking care of my household. So, and I haven't been in this garage in quite a long time to do a video either. So I figured this is what I'm going to show you guys. Why not to, throw your wick out? A lot of you guys out there will say, well, we know this. There are people out there who don't understand that you don't throw out your wick. You just don't. A lot of people don't understand that, you can save it, or you can just trim it. You don't have to necessarily buy a new one. I have actually seen these in the garbage because people thought once the wick burns out after a couple of years that the whole unit is junk. That's not the case. The thing is that, you can adjust the wick. A lot of people don't know that either. So I figured I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. But I gotta take this thing apart. And I can clean it too because as you can see, it's filthy. I have not cleaned this thing in ages. It's dirty. You can see the wick, it's pretty burned down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off, but oh, and yep, that is all full of sawdust. Which, not the smartest thing, but I'll take my chances. It's good to keep them cleaned out. Sometimes the dust in there builds up or whatever else may be in it. I haven't cleaned this in quite a while. As you can tell, I'm just going to put this down here. And the rest of this, ooh. Yeah, that should give an example of how dirty it is. Because I haven't cleaned this thing in God knows how long. Let me get a little bit of something here. These little things, you can, just an old broom. It doesn't hurt to clean them up like this, because this is loaded with sawdust and God knows whatever else. I mean, I probably haven't cleaned this in over a year. Actually, I haven't cleaned this since the last video I've done on the kerosene diesel, which wasn't very successful. I've got a lot of people complaining that, okay, you keep buying that overpriced crap and everything else. Well, you know what? Some people have to do that because... There we go. Come on. Some people, the kerosene that I do buy, I don't use the red dye. I use what is like a K1 or something like that. Along those lines. Because it burns better, it doesn't smell. The stuff with the red dye smells awful, as you can tell. Anybody who uses it, it smells bad. It reeks, and I don't like the smell of it. Plus it gets on your clothes, and you don't smell very good either when you're done with it. And for how much paint is on this table, I'm probably going to wind up losing some of these things. So, hopefully I won't. Free a little bit. I put them on there a little too tight, and that's okay. But getting back to, you don't have to change your wick, you don't have to throw it out. Like I said, a lot of people do know, which I'm going to get that in the comments. All you got to do is trim it, or whatever. Not everybody knows that. That's why I'm doing this video, to show people that you don't have to, throw your wick out. You can trim it, or you can simply just pull it up because it does lay down inside of the tank. And this is a lot dirtier than I thought it was going to be. But this is what I get for not cleaning it, and I still do woodworking besides the car videos. I haven't done a woodworking video in a long time. I'm just more on the car stuff. So if you're into cars, you know, take a look at them. I do have some cool videos in there. I do have one of the Burt Reynolds. It's a remake, yes, I know. Everyone's going to call it a Chevy Camaro, but there's a company in Florida that does build them, which is cool, you know. But Burt Reynolds only signed 77 of them. So when I was able to film that, which was pretty fun. You don't have to take these completely out. But once you get these free, before you start playing with that Wick, I would get some gloves on. Because you don't want all the black soot all over. I know some guys are just, I don't care, I'm just going to grab it. Me, I like trying to keep my hands a little cleaner. Latex gloves like this come in handy. Now, this was actually all the way up. So what I'm going to do is turn it all the way down. Oop. Get this out of here. These got to be out of there just right. Come on. Now, this wick, it's not completely gone, like I said. You can adjust these. Putting them all the way up like that, it just doesn't want to. As you can see, if I put it back on here, now it wants to be a pain. We got fluid on it too. I'm going to put it back down. These parts right here will lay down enough into the kerosene to suck it up. You know, a lot of them are a little longer. This one I've trimmed it more than once. Trimmed it quite a few times. It's probably on its way out most likely, but I'm going to rock this one until I can't use it no more. Let's see. Oh. Put it down too far. This one really wants to fight me today. There we go. I'm just going to put one or two of these on really quick. Even though it looks like it's high enough, it's really not. But if you turn it up, all the way up, it goes up higher. Of course, but when you turn it all the way down, it goes down pretty far, but you still get spots like this that need to be cleaned up. Loosen this up. That's all the way down. Yeah, you'll get some of it where it's burned out, but that does happen. I mean, this is an old wick. This wick has seen better days. I'm not going to buy a new one yet, even though I should, just to have it on reserve, because I normally buy these from Tractor Supply, and when spring starts to hit, they don't carry them anymore. But it has those, just pull it out just enough where you can still keep using it. Just watch your fingers. There are those little, like little teeth inside there that grab it. I'm cleaning this up a little more. Yeah, I grabbed the dirtiest rag I could find. I didn't care. I'm gonna get this all filthy again anyways. But some of this wick is, like I said, it's seen better days. Oh well, not gonna worry about it. But as you see, I just pulled it up. And these parts right here will still go down into there. Now this is all the way down almost. I'm gonna get one or two of these on there. Come on. There we go. Now I wanted to fight me. Alright. So now, this is all the way down. Even being all the way down, you could still light it like this and get a nice little flame out of it. And you'll see now, turn it up, it goes up really nice and high. I think this will be the last season I use on this wick. Put this all back together. Line her up. These are simple to take apart. Only 3 of these little ones. Put it back together nice and simple. One on the front here, another one on the side. There we go. Oop. Don't want to be a pain in the butt. So you don't have to throw out your wick. And like I said, I've seen some of these in the garbage, which is pretty surprising for me to see them thrown out. Which is absolutely amazing to see that for some reason. I couldn't believe how many I've seen over the course of time, how many that have been thrown out. I know I didn't put that last one back in. I'm not going to worry about it. I do recommend you put it on. Now putting these ones on, one goes in the back. You don't twist them all the way in. Just enough to grab it. So this way you can line up all the other holes. If you tighten one down, you're not going to get them all on there. Lighting these, pretty simple. Some people still believe in using the D-side batteries. That just takes too long, and it takes a lot of power out of the batteries as well. On the back here. You can usually find these pretty cheap on like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. People still use that. Line that up in there. Clean this up. Now, I gotta get a little bit of kerosene. So give me 1 second here. I'll fill that up. I can figure out where I put the stuff. Because I've been in here so long. Okay, good, I found it. But the safest way for me, this is for me, not everybody. I know, not a blue gas can, don't want to hear it. And I don't pour it directly into the heater. You can use that little hand pump, but they're messy. This way for me, this is a lot easier. And this gallon container actually used to be a container that I bought kerosene from like Lowe's or Home Depot, which is way overpriced. I mean, I've seen it like $13 to $15 a gallon, which is ridiculous. I mean, here the price of kerosene is about $4.18 a gallon, which not bad. I mean, last year and the year before it was $3.99 a gallon. Yes, that's still high. But when you need it, they know it, you're going to pay for it. There's nothing you can do about it either. Filling up, I've had this funnel forever. This is the only thing I use it for. I usually keep that closed. Pour this in there. And this fills it up where it doesn't splash all over the place. It doesn't make a mess. And then it's slowly, I'm dripping it. I don't care. But it slowly gets that wick moistened again, where it will start sucking it back up. And it'll be nice and moist and ready to light by the time we get to it. And that's what you usually take, I think like a gallon, gallon and a half. Don't quote me on it. The gauge says it's pretty full. Looking down in there, I can probably put more in it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to push my luck. Put that back on there before you light it. Easiest way for me to light this, not everybody. This is how I light it. So if you want to do it your way, go right ahead. Take this off. Adjust your wick now that it goes up higher. As you can see, it lights nice and easy. Put that on there, and you're good to go. Bring it down a little so it rests on there real good, and it's going. Now there, yeah, it's probably going to burn off all the crap off of it. So it got wet, so it's going to burn everything off that wick that I just touched it with my hands and that. So that's okay. Got the fan going. Not going to smoke forever. But yeah, that's basically how you can save your wick. So this way you don't have to buy a brand new one. Yes, you can trim it, but when you get so far, eventually you do have to buy one. And you don't have to throw out the whole entire unit. Like I said, I've seen them in the garbage. Pretty crazy that people use them for a couple of years and they think they're disposable. If they're rusted out and they're starting to leak, don't use them anymore. Get rid of it, buy a new one. They're not that expensive. And they'll last you for years to come. Keep them clean. Keep the wick cleaned up. You know, if it gets hard and crusty on the top, you know, cut it off. Trim them down when it needs to be trimmed. You know, every season I trim mine a little bit and I'm good. But I'm going to end this video right here. But if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.